So this thought has just been cultivating in the back of my mind for the longest time, and I finally decided that it's about time to get it out. But to preface this story, let's take a real quick trip down memory lane. Back when there wasn't that much information about Super Mario Odyssey, Nintendo was trying to comfort fans by saying, this game will be less linear than the previous game, specifically Super Mario 3D World. Let's be honest, that game was less than stellar. It was still mediocre, but it wasn't really the best 3D Mario game out there. And to show that Mario Odyssey would not be as linear as that game, they made a list of all the 3D Mario games and separated it into two categories: a linear 3D Mario games list and a non-linear 3D Mario games list. This is where my gripe starts to come into play with this list. I really don't think the 3D Mario series became linear like that at Super Mario Galaxy. I feel like there were traces of linearity. You could probably find traces of linearity back in Super Mario 64, but I feel like the most obvious case was actually in Super Mario Sunshine. Before you get mad or come up with a counter argument, let me explain where I'm coming from. The actual levels themselves are not linear. It's very open. You can go find blue coins to get more shines, but here's where the problem arises. Shines. The actual level progression is very linear. In fact, it's probably on the same level as Super Mario 3D World. Back in Mario 64, you could hop from level to level, doing any amount of stars you wanted, until you got to the amount you needed to actually move on. When it comes to Super Mario Sunshine, you have to do a very specific amount of stars, or shines in this case, in every single world to actually progress. So in that case, it's very linear, and it also brings a problem with the extra levels. I really feel no drive, no push to actually go do those levels. They're nice, they're there for people who want to play them, but unlike Mario 64, where you get stars and that actually builds towards the progression in the game, shines don't do that. Very specific missions do that, but other than that, shines are essentially worthless. Back in Super Mario 64, you could hop from level to level, doing any star you wanted. Obviously, there are a few that are locked behind very specific instances, but usually, it was relatively open. Mario Sunshine changes that up. You can't just say, wow, that mission really sucks, and ignore it. You actually have to do a given amount of missions in each world to actually move on in the game, which, in my opinion, is not a change for the better. The level progression in Super Mario Sunshine is very simple. You open up a new world, go from mission 1 to mission 7, beat Shadow Mario, and then you are done. There is no point in revisiting that world unless you want to do some of the extra missions for extra shines, but here's the problem. You just have to beat Shadow Mario in every single world to move on to the final boss. You don't have to get a very specific amount of shines. This leads to shines feeling useless, leading to blue coins, collecting blue coins, feeling useless. A lot of the things in this game, once you figure out the way you progress, feel pointless.
Oh great, now I can go smash those crates to get a shine
That does nothing in the grand scheme of things. Do you see what I'm getting at? There's no motive to go do these extra side things or collect the blue coins other than for 100% junkies, and even then, the 100% reward is so terrible that even that doesn't push you to get the shines. Speaking of the 100% reward, I probably wouldn't be this aggravated if the 100% reward was worth it, because if there was something worthwhile in collecting the shines at the very end, if you got to play as, let's say, Luigi, Super Mario Galaxy style, I think that would be fantastic. But here's the thing. The 100% reward is equally as worthless as the shines you're collecting. And if the shines actually meant something, I think that that reward would be fine, but you're doing worthless tasks to get worthless collectibles to get a worthless reward. Great, fantastic, just how I like it. With all that being said, I don't mean to hate on Mario Sunshine too much. I love the game. I adore it. It's fantastic. But this is a video made to criticize the list that Nintendo has made that shows the 3D Mario games in lists of linearity versus non-linearity, because it is not accurate. Mario Sunshine, while the worlds are pretty open, progression-wise, it's pretty dang linear. Well, this sure is the end of the video. And if you want to argue with me, if you have a gripe with my opinion, then leave a comment down below. Obviously, I'm lonely, and I will answer your comments, alright? It's that simple. Also, this video was unscripted as well as this part right here, so if it sucks major kahunas, then that's probably why. But until next time.